Last month's shooting at Fort Hood reminds us that some veterans are fighting a battle here at home, one with post-traumatic stress disorder, and sometimes that fight can turn deadly. A couple years ago, Michiana was reminded of just that when a South Bend native was killed by her husband at their Fort Campbell home. News Center 16's Tricia Hart joins us with part one of that story.
Maureen, Jessica Rawls was only 27 when her husband, 22-year-old Rico Rawls Jr., shot and killed her. Their one-year-old daughter Zoe was upstairs at the time. The tragic tale of this couple's murder-suicide began on the unlucky date of Friday the 13th, and after a police chase crossing state borders, ended the following morning. Dashcam footage recently released to News Center 16 captured the entire saga as it unfolded. Take a look.
Back on the interstate, back on the interstate.
A soldier on a mission.
Speed 115.
On April 13th, 2012, and into the following morning, police believe Rico Rawls Jr. was fleeing towards his hometown of Jessup, Georgia. He left his home base at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, where he was assigned to the 5th Special Forces Group. Earlier that night, his wife, U.S. Army specialist and South Bend native Jessica Rawls, was found shot to death in their home. Police say Rawls Jr. pulled the trigger. In the southeastern Tennessee county of Hamilton, what would become a deadly chase began. For nearly 90 miles, some 8 agencies and 37 police units were hot on the trail of Rawls' white Buick Regal. Not once, but twice, speeding off the interstate, only to change his mind and swerve back on. The chase continued, speeding past semis and cars, making a beeline for the state border.
About a half mile from the 288, half mile from the 288.
And over that state line, police caught up.
115. Get him, get him, get him.
Ramming into the back of Rawls' sedan and driving it off the roadway. Unsuccessful their first attempt, police struck the car again, hard enough to knock over this dash cam.
Recovery, he's still going, he's in the middle lane.
Bartar rear-ended him.
In a matter of seconds, between being pushed off the road and hitting the guardrail,
Shots fired, shots fired.
police say Rawls Jr. turned the gun on himself.
He shot himself. I heard a gunshot.
So at 2:49 in the morning, the chase was over. Rawls Jr. taken to the hospital, bloody, wounded, but still alive.
Yeah, he's moving his head now.
2 days later, Rico Rawls Jr. died in the hospital, leaving behind his one-year-old daughter and a family with so many questions unanswered. Now, the Army contends that Rawls was not suffering from PTSD at the time, and this was just a domestic issue gone bad. Now, however, Rawls' family said he came back from 2 tours in Iraq, a completely different person, and they believe he was just never diagnosed and treated for PTSD.
Wow, very sad. And you talk with the family. Yeah. It's been 2 years, I imagine, filled with grief and many changes.
You know, this is something that no family can ever prepare for. Jessica's mother wants better screening so that family can have input in factoring into the diagnosis of PTSD. I'll have more on that conversation tomorrow night just before 6.
Okay, look forward to it. Thanks, Trish.